Hi, Paul from PowerWashStore.com here. We're going to go over the Great Lakes Power Washing Steve Faw's booster pump skid. This is one of our booster pump skids with a few extra add-ons. We have the remote control system, the Control Wizard remote control, and the electric ball valve. So this will allow the customer to be able to turn this on and off from the other side of the house and switch from using the proportioner, which may be drawing chemical, to a direct rinse application from the garden hose. We have a single garden hose feed hookup here with 100 feet of garden hose on here. You would connect this directly to the house for feeding the booster pump skid. We have a low pressure reel on here with 250 feet of agricultural hose on it. The gun, the wand, and the tip are all right here as well. That's what you would spray the surface with. We have a 55-gallon water tank with a float integrated into it and a 55-gallon bleach tank for your bleach. Down on the bottom here, we have a 7-gallon tank that's used for your detergent or your surfactant, something like Agent Green or Dragon Grip or Secret Agent, something along those lines. We have our booster pump with our on-off switch that you can control it both here or from the remote over there, and our inline ground fault plug that's on here. You can see we have a little cord here, it's plugged in, so I can show you how the remote works. On the side over here, there's a small battery box that you would put a battery in. Right now we have it hooked up to a large battery for testing, and we have our proportioner along the side here, which you'll use for blending and mixing your chemicals as you wash. We'll come over here. Underneath here we have a valve that allows you to switch between water and SH, which works for the proportioner. You can see we have an electric ball valve on the top of the pump here. By default, it draws from the proportioner itself. And then up on top here, we have another electric ball valve that feeds from the garden hose, which by default feeds to the tank. So while you're working, you can continue to work and work and work. It'll fill, and the float valve will shut it off. Over on the side here, we have our Control Wizard remote control system. The way this system works is you will walk up and you'll turn your power on. You can see it lights up. The power switch is in the middle. The switch on the left controls the electric ball valves that you may or may not be able to hear, and the one on the right would control the booster pump. So I can turn the unit on and off from right here. I can also turn it on and off with the switch, and you see if I hit the A button, the electric ball valves go. If I hit the B button, the pump will turn on and off. Now this will not work without this being powered on. That's by default, we draw from the proportioner. So if for some reason you have a problem, you can still continue to work. If you want to look at the valves here, you can see that when I hit the A button, I'm going to hit the A button, and you can see the valves both actuate at the same time, and the water runs out of the hose because there's a little bit of pressure on there. And you can see they automatically turn like that. So when I'm working, I can hit the button and switch from drawing from the proportioner to force feeding directly with the garden hose, which will force water out. This is also done for priming. So when I prime the system, I hit the button to force water into the booster pump to force the air out and go bypass the proportioner. And then when I go hit the button again to draw from the proportioner, that'll allow me to prime the system. When we prime the system over here on the proportioner, you can actually see, one more thing, on the pump itself, we do have a on-off switch built into the pump. So if nothing else is on, I can turn the pump on and off directly here as a third option. The proportioner, there are additional videos online for priming the proportioner, so we'll just go through this quickly. What we're going to do is we're going to open our water valve all the way. We're going to start our booster pump. We're going to hit our A button to allow water to be forced in from, and I'm going to turn the pump off so you can hear better, which will allow the water to be forced in and get the air out. When we hit the A button again and go back to drawing through the proportioner, you'll actually see the water suck through the line, through the proportioner, and we want to do that. We'll do that a couple of times. We'll push the A button and then push it again. And then what that'll do is that'll allow the water to force feed the air out of the system and then draw from the tanks. We're going to do that with the water valve. We're going to do the same thing with the bleach valve or the detergent valve, and then we'll do it finally again with the SH valve. After we do the SH valve, or when the SH valve is open, we also have to come over here and turn this valve on the side and do it with both the SH tank and the water tank And we're going to do that. You're going to watch the line here, and you can kind of see there's still some water in here from when we were testing it. We want to make sure that we have all the air out of the lines and we're using just water coming in. The way the proportioner operates, we're going to start out by opening our water all the way. We're going to take our SH valve. We're going to determine what type of concentration we want. If we're doing a roof, we might say 3.5%. So I'm going to come over here and turn my SH valve up to 3.5, which is 3.5%. If I wanted 5%, I'd go to the 5. If I wanted 2%, I'd go to the 2. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to set my detergent anywhere between 3 and 6, depending on the detergent mix that you're using, as far as what I want to use. And I will just start spraying with the proportioner. After I'm done cleaning the roof and I want to come down and clean the siding, I might want to change my concentration. Let's say I only want to use a 2%. I'm going to come over, I'm going to switch it to 2. I'm going to take my detergent, turn it up to where it says marker, squeeze the trigger, count to 3, let off the trigger, come back and set my detergent back to where I like it, anywhere between 3 and 6 typically, and that's a number that you have to determine for yourself what you like. After that point, I continue to spray. What you're going to see is a big glob of soap. Once you see that big glob of soap and all the suds, you know everything after that point is your new mix. So I will continue to spray, do my house. When I'm ready to rinse, I can actually come back. I can turn the detergent off. I can turn my SH valve up all the way, and I'll come right over on the side here, and I turn this over to water, which you see it's on water right now. There's an arrow in water. Then I can spray. If you want to spray with power, what you can actually do is hit the A button and turn the valves so that they're drawing from the direct feed instead of drawing out of the tank. So you'd hit the A button and switch that we're direct feeding the line and forcing it through the booster pump. And you can see there's a little bit coming out because that was what was in the line and pressurized. At the end of the day, we're all done. We want to make sure we rinse this out, so we do it on water. We'll go back to the proportioner, maybe rinse it out for a little bit. When we're done, I just turn the valves off as a good habit, close it up, and when you're done, just make sure you shut off your control wizard at the end of the day. This is fused, and it does have a voltage regulator on it. You can see on the inside, we do regulate the voltage to help protect it. The battery's a little low right now. You see we're only getting 10.9 volts. And we have our relays for our controls and our circuit board. So that is the how the control wizard works. That's how the booster pump, the Water Dragon booster pump works from PowerWashStore.com, 855-351-9274.